Today, I am going to show you how to make this delicious broccoli salad. So I'm sure most of you have either had broccoli salad or made broccoli salad before. And what I want to tell you about this broccoli salad that is different is we are going to actually peel the broccoli, only the stalk part. So I have here three heads of broccoli, and they have a little bit of the stalk on them. And what we are going to do is we are going to peel the broccoli stalk parts. And this makes the broccoli salad taste so much better. So it takes a little longer to get that stalk peeled. And if you have the broccoli with the full stalk, you can actually use the whole stalk. All you have to do is peel it. And it makes it more tender and more pleasant to eat when you eat it. So we're going to get this broccoli peeled. I'm just going to show you how I do that. And I'll bring the camera in closer and just show you how I peel the stalks of the broccoli. Then I want to show you what to do with the florets. So here we have the floret, but it still has a little bit of stalk on it too. And so I'm just going to grab that here on the end and pull down toward the floret so that it gets as much of it as possible. And when it tears, that's when it gets to the tender part. So we're getting all the tough part off. So just take your knife and grab a hold of it and pull. Hopefully you can see that. And it just pulls right off. See? So I'm going to get all of these peeled and then show you the next step. We are also going to need some bacon for our broccoli salad. So I'm going to put this in the oven and let it get to baking while I finish peeling my broccoli and prepping the rest of the ingredients. So this recipe also calls for raisins. And what I like to do whenever I'm using raisins, especially if they are dry at all, and I'm going to get about a cup of raisins here. And these raisins are kind of small and dry, you know, a little bit hard. And so I'm going to put them in a bowl here. And here in this pot, I have some water that I brought to a boil. And I'm going to pour that water over my raisins. And I'm going to let these sit and soak while I am prepping the rest of the vegetables for the broccoli salad. And we are also going to need an onion, and it's a lot prettier if you use a purple onion. And I'm just going to peel this onion. And we just want to dice our onion up. And anytime I'm making a cold salad with raw onions, I like to dice my onion up and just put, I don't know, about a half a tablespoon or so of sugar on the onion. Mix it all around. Make sure you got your pieces all broken up. And then stick this in the freezer while I finish getting everything else ready. And that just takes that bite out of the onion. So you still get the onion, but you don't get that overpowering bite from the onion. So now it's time to make our dressing that is going to go on our broccoli salad. And we are going to start with some mayonnaise. And I will have exact amounts in the recipe that'll be in the description box below this video, because I may not measure everything exactly, but I will have that for you in the recipe. And we're going to use anywhere from a half a cup to a cup of mayonnaise. And we're going to use a couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And we want a couple of tablespoons of sugar. We want about a half a teaspoon of salt. And we want a half a teaspoon of celery seed. Now you want to go easy on the celery seed because celery seed is something that can be a very strong taste. So go light on those celery seeds. And we want about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And we're just going to stir this together. Anytime I'm making a dressing like this, I like to give it a taste to make sure before I add all the rest of my stuff to it. That's delicious. So now we're going to take our broccoli and we're going to cut it up in smaller pieces. And how small you cut it is completely up to you. But I don't like to have any really large pieces. So once we have our broccoli all chopped up, we are ready to go ahead and add our other ingredients. And I got my onion out of the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and add my onion. I'm going to take the bacon and crumble it up right into the salad. And so you want your bacon crispy so that you can crumble it. You can add as much or as little bacon as you want. And I think that will probably be enough. Now we're going to add about, I'd say that's about a half a cup or more of grated carrot. Now this is finer than a shredded carrot. It's grated, so we're going to add that in. We're going to take our raisins that we've had soaking and we're going to squeeze the excess water out of them. And we're going to add those to our salad. So now that we have everything in there, we're just going to toss it around and get that dressing that we made coating everything. So I'm just using a spatula and scooping up from the bottom. Notice how small I have the broccoli cut. Sometimes there's a few pieces. If they look too big, you can just keep tossing that until you get it nice and coated. So here's our beautiful broccoli salad. Let's give it a taste. It is crunchy and delicious. just enough flavor from the onion, just enough sweet from the raisins. Very good. Crunchy. So I hope you'll give this recipe a try. The recipe will be in the description box below. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Thanks for stopping by. God bless. Bye-bye.